So, I've actually haven't talked about this in a long time. I've been very interested in this, and funny I don't bring it up as much because I feel like it takes away from maybe some of my ability that I potentially had when I was coaching. But my personal recruiting story is actually very much self-driven and individually driven. I did have some coaches help me when the time came, but basically I was really, really good young, and I thought I was going to get recruited pretty highly. Back then, the whole online internet, this is 20 years ago, '07, was just starting to develop a little bit. It was still a lot of mail, some email, not a ton of highlight video access. You had to send it directly to a school. So I really thought I was going to get highly recruited to play Division I baseball, and I always knew the junior year was a big time year. And I ended up needing to transfer for some like like a hardship, a family hardship that happened. I transferred my junior year to a Division I high school, and I still thought it was going to be perfectly fine. They liked me and everything, and but honestly, I was trying to get comfortable, trying to figure it all out, and I had a really terrible junior year. I started and everything, but just it wasn't the caliber where you're gonna get recruited for much. So to say the least, I was really down and out about it. To be honest with you, I really thought I had screwed it all up, and that was my dream, my goal, and I really didn't know where to go from there. So I decided that I'd stopped playing football and basketball because I was really focusing on baseball. I decided my senior year going into that I was going to play football. And again, I always wanted to play under the Friday Night Lights, and I had given that up, and so I did for fun, and just love sports, love to compete. Had an amazing senior year, and loved it so much that I just wasn't quite ready to be done with it. I thought, and so I really wanted to get recruited, but I was like, man, I am late in my senior year in the process. So what I started to do was I got online, filled out every single recruiting questionnaire for Division II and Division III schools in Ohio, like every single one. All of a sudden, you would not believe, just from that, I got so much mail from these schools that you would not believe it. Some of them were just sending me scholarships, like Division III, especially like $40,000 Pell Grant scholarships, and wanted me to come there to play football. But um, so I always thought, I really thought I was going to be a D1 baseball player. I really wanted to settle on the D2. So what I did was I took the D2 schools, and from there I mailed them, because email was like, you felt like you couldn't trust email back then, but now it's like you can't trust a letter. Um, so I mailed them a letter with a picture on it explaining my want and my passion for wanting to come to that school, and why, and pick a couple specific ones. And then I had to go, like, I went to my football office. It's not like he just texted me a link. He had my coach, I swear it was on VHS. I swear he had to convert the VHS to a DVD and then send that to a couple of the colleges that I requested. And then truly kind of the rest from there is I ended up getting 3 Division II offers that were basically going to pay for between 60 to 75% of the schooling. I was going to probably be redshirted my freshman year, as kind of the thought and the plan, because it was a later recruit, and this is the winter of my senior year that this is all going on, back with mailing letters. and then I had a really good senior baseball season, and some of these schools started to inquire and find out that I was playing good baseball player too, and some of the coaches intertwined and did both, and so I ended up being offered to play both football and baseball at Urbana, a Division II school, and had about 75% of everything paid for. And that was just recruiting after my senior football season. So that is a pretty short time range between your senior football season and your senior baseball season, and to kind of be finalizing everything towards the end of the baseball season. And then kind of the rest was history. I went to Urbana, and I stayed for 2 years, and did end up leaving with and followed my nursing career. And different paths happen. I look at it as kind of maybe giving up a little bit too early, not understanding, but the self-recruiting thing did work really, really well. And so do not sleep on doing all these little things and how you can set yourself up to be recruited the best way. You don't need to depend on someone else to do it for you. You can get the job done yourself. Work really, really hard in the back end and behind the scenes, and put yourself out there and be confident and be a good person, and the rest will take care of it. But so that's actually, I'm going to try to define that story a little bit better, but that is my personal recruiting story. And it's honestly as short and quickly needed as it gets. And so if I could have success with it, especially with mailing letters, pretty much anybody can have success with it. So good luck wherever you're at when it comes to your recruiting journey. And thank you so much for being here, and have a great day.